Hi, I'm Brad of Brad's Vintage Collection, and today I'm doing a video response, my first video response, and it's fitting that this is one for Mike, Baseball Collector. He asked us to talk about our top 10 most iconic cards. They're going to tally them up, which will be interesting, and he and Chris have already kind of talked through and kind of have a gentleman's bet about which ones are going to be on there, so it'll be interesting to see the final video of what comes of this. But been watching Mike's channel for a long time. He was one of the big influences in me starting making videos, so excited that my first response is to him. So I'll get started. The first, number 10 for me, is the 1954 Bowman Ted Williams. This card is a beautiful image of Ted. There has to be a Williams on the list, and to me, the story behind this card of having to be pulled because he had the Topps contract, Topps celebrating the triumphant return of Williams in their set with giving him both the first and last card, and this one being pulled. Growing up, dealers would talk about this card, and I think we were all led in the hobby to believe that it was rarer than it really is. Pre-internet, it was really hard to know how much was out there because you just kind of saw what was at your local shows. So not as rare as I thought growing up, but still iconic and still one I want to get someday. Number 9 is the 1952 Eddie Mathews, and this is Mathews rookie, and to me, probably the greatest Topps rookie just because it's in that iconic 52 high number series. And unlike the Mantle, it's not double printed, so there's half the Mathews cards than there are the Mantle, and it's a true rookie to boot. Really difficult card to get centered. I think it's probably based on the sheet placement, but this card is really awfully off-centered from left to right most of the time, from top to bottom most of the time. So it's a really tough card to find a nice copy of, and a really iconic card. I feel like that the 52 Mathews is one of the most underrated cards in the hobby. Number 8 for the most iconic cards, I have the 1914-15 Cracker Jack Shoeless Joe Jackson. The Cracker Jack set might be the most beautiful set ever produced, and the Jackson is probably the best card in the set. The image is the same on 14 or 15. 14 is obviously more sought after because it's much tougher to get. The set wasn't issued in complete sets like it was in 1915. But either one would be an incredible card for anyone to have in their collection, and I have that as the number 8 most iconic card in the hobby. Number 7 is one of 2 cards on the list I actually own, so instead of showing the picture over my shoulder, I can actually show the card. And this one is the 1954 Topps Hank Aaron rookie, and really all 3, I guess 4 if you count Lasorda, Hall of Fame rookies from the 54 set are just beautiful cards, but Aaron tops them all. Just the way he's looking off to the side, the orange background, the way the color pops on this card, and just how young he looks, and him being the all-time home run leader for as long as he was, this card gets in my top 10. Number 6 was the toughest choice for me. There's got to be a Jackie on the list, and truly I think every single Jackie Robinson card is iconic. The 49 Leaf is now probably the most iconic card to most people and has really risen in the hobby. But growing up, that card wasn't one that people seem to talk about a lot, and I didn't see it in a lot of the magazines, the baseball card magazines and other subscriptions I had where I learned a lot about vintage cards back then. So I just chose my favorite Jackie, since every Jackie is iconic, and to me that's the 53 Jackie Robinson. I just love the image on this card. I think the artwork's just incredible in the 53 set, and this might be the best among them. I love the black on the bottom, the smile on his face, the iconic Brooklyn hat, and I don't know what's in the background, but it looks like a Coliseum of some sort. So really, really a beautiful image, and it's always been my favorite Jackie card. So since all of its cards are iconic, I just went with the one that I think looks the best. Number 5 is the 1951 Willie Mays rookie. Mays and Mays and Mantle were the class of the 1950s. Aaron and Robinson kind of right behind them. But Willie Mays is just one of the greatest players ever. And the picture on the 51 Bowman is iconic. Love the image on it. Really a beautiful, beautiful card, and one that I hope to own someday, and definitely belongs on this list. I don't know, number 5 seems low, but the other 4 need to be above him. So I think I placed it about right. So for number 5, I have 1951 Willie Mays. For number 4, it's a T206 Cobb, and really you can take any of the 4. All 4 of them are my favorite of the 4 at one point or another in my life. All 4 of them are beautiful cards. You can't go wrong with any of them. Right now, my favorite happens to be the green portrait. That'll probably change next week. So this week we're making the video, so I went with the green portrait T206 Ty Cobb. The T206 set is probably the most iconic set in the hobby, and Cobb is probably the most iconic player of his day. So there has to be a T206 Cobb, and I'm going with the green. I don't know if they'll count all of the Cobbs separately or if Mike and Chris will combine them, but T206 green Cobb is what I have as number 4. Number 3, similar to the Cobb, is 1933 Babe Ruth, and you could pick any of the images on the Ruth cards. All of them are great, but my favorite one is the one that shows his full body batting, and so that's the one I chose. When I think of a Babe Ruth card, that's the first one that comes into my head, and it's the one that I've been dreaming of someday owning since I was a little kid, and that dream continues. Just a beautiful, beautiful card, and to me, that is the best of the Ruth cards. There's rarer ones, there's ones where he's younger, there's ones where he's pitching, there's ones where there's only a handful, but to me, the mainstream 33 Goudey is the iconic one that all of us can picture. Number 2 is the 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle, and truly, I would rather have the 51 Mantle and get his rookie card, but I can't argue with how iconic this card is. It's got the image that probably more people know outside the hobby than any other, maybe the number 1 card they do, but I'd bet almost that more people can picture the Mantle in their eyes than any other card, if you look at non-collectors or really casual collectors. Everyone knows what the 52 Mantle looks like. It is double printed, so of the high numbers, there's more of those than most others. But it is a beautiful image of him. My dream is to get the Bowman 50s Topps, 60 Topps, 63 Flair, 60 Leaf, all the Hall of Famers from all of those. So I don't know, it's 2 decades plus set, but I think that I'll probably never own the 52 Mantle, just with the price that it is. I just probably would add other cards to my collection, but when someone gets this, it's something to be proud of. It's something everyone talks about, and it's a truly beautiful card. And number 1 on my list is the T206 Wagner. This one is just the most valuable card in the hobby, or among them. There's some others that might top it if they went for sale, but the T206 Wagner sets a record almost every time it's sold. You have the controversy of the Trim McNall Gretzky Wagner card that gets it talked about. It was the first card graded by PSA. He's one of the big 3 from the T206 set that you can complete the set and count it complete without. But everyone who goes after the T206 set, which is a lot of people in the hobby, all dream of having the Wagner and would probably give an arm and a leg for it, which isn't even enough to acquire one of these. So to me, the T206 Wagner is the iconic card in the hobby. It's the one that everyone pictures. It's the one where back in the day they had an Alfred E. Newman version at one of the Nationals. It's just a card that anytime it's up for sale, you see it at the National, you stop, you look at it, you take a picture, and you think about, wow, that card is just something that is legendary in the hobby. So, Mike, thanks for the idea. Here's my video response on my top 10 most iconic cards. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And I don't have a tagline yet, I'll come up with something, but I've enjoyed making my first few videos on YouTube, and I appreciate you watching.